My name is Anthony Portiliati. I am the president of the board of directors of Florida Christian University, here in Orlando, in the state of Florida, in the United States of America.
And at this point I want to testify of a brilliant student that we had.
He did his master's first. He was an example, or a pioneer, in the recognition of a master's degree in Brazil. And now, finishing his doctorate and making recognition as a doctor again, and I am referring to Paulo Amaral, Professor, Dr. Paulo Amaral, an entrepreneur within the education market, an entrepreneur deep in knowledge, but deep in management, a people enhancer. I leave here on record my recognition and our admiration.
Hello, I want to welcome you and thank you for signing up for the weight loss coach training. Don't forget to download the support material that is available below this video. This content is intended to change your way of thinking about weight loss coaching. The training will be divided into 3 central themes. What does a coach do? How to make people aware of how to lose weight without false promises, and how to start your journey as a weight loss coach. But first, I would like to tell you why I decided to do this training. What starts today is a movement that has no day or time to end. For a long time, it was common sense for people to think that coaching is something that is bad, that it is bad, and that it publishes on social networks what people would like to hear or read. As, lose 10 kilos in a week. In addition, there is a belief on the part of many health professionals that the weight loss coach replaces a nutritionist, psychologist, or physical education professional. Unfortunately, because of unethical people who only think about profit, the slimming coach is not very well spoken by some people. And now I'd ask you, could it be that those people who criticize the slimming coach process have already had the experience of this service with a qualified professional? What is easier? Generalize the so-called service as quackery, or understand what a slimming coach does and understand that it is a very serious service, as long as it is provided by a trained person who respects other professions. I confess to you that since 2011, when I started my coaching training process, for a long time, I was afraid to disclose that I acted as a coach. However, after I realized how much coaching helped people to change their level of consciousness, I was sure that I was on the right path, and that even if most people criticized me, I would follow my journey in the right way, without false promises or gimmicks. I realized that many people also wanted to help other people, and that they don't have a message to carry, or those who believe they are without strength to do what needs to be done. The truth is, you need to move, because when the message you carry is stronger than you are, there's nothing that can stop you. And that's why I'm here, to understand, in this training today, the power of the slimming coach in changing behavior in people's lives. Now you have 2 options. Either you will understand what a slimming coach does and transform people's lives and perhaps be a coach, or hide and think that you will never be able to help people change their health habits in the way correct. The first step in your journey as a weight loss coach is to understand what coaching is and how to help people lose weight without being a quack or unethical. Coaching is a process of personal or professional development with a beginning, middle, and end, where the coach, who is the professional, facilitates awareness, identification of potential, self-esteem, definition of objectives, preparation and control of action plans of your client, also known as a coach, always focusing on the present and future, never on the past. In the coaching process, a client is responsible for any decision-making, without interference from an external person. The coach, on the other hand, helps his client to put all his intentions into action. Also, the coach does not do therapy. Its main approach is to help the client to make their own decisions through specific questions and tools, causing the client to have a change of mindset and result, with alignment of well-defined goals. The coach and weight loss sub-niche has 4 pillars: physical activity, food, health, and sleep, and works in a multidisciplinary way together with other health professionals, such as a nutritionist and a physical education professional, remembering that each client has their individuality, so it is extremely forbidden to promise weight loss of X kilos in X weeks, as each person responds differently. The ethical weight loss concept is one that does not undergo therapy, does not prescribe physical exercises, diets, or dietary re-education, but acts in health promotion, based on publications by government agencies, such as the Ministry of Health and the World Health Organization. He also doesn't tell his client about his training program or what he eats, otherwise he would be inducing the client to have the same behaviors, especially coaches who have lost weight. Its role is exclusively in raising awareness of healthy bodies and must still respect the code of ethics presented by the International Cult Federation. Now it's easy to identify the charlatans and unethical people who think that they can lose weight fast in a few days by working illegally. What's your choice? The second step is to understand that behind the goals of losing X kilos, there is a real desire for the problem. Thus, we must identify the real reasons people seek the weight loss process. It is very common for people to transfer responsibility for the weight loss result to the professional, and success depends exclusively on the client. But, Paulo, what is the role of the weight loss coach for health professionals in weight loss programs? The slimming coach is the one who helps the client to change their level of awareness and is just ready for the process, the one who wants to change their health habits but doesn't know how to start. Health professionals are responsible for determining clinical examinations, prescribing physical exercises and nutritional education. It means that if the professional works alone, there is a great chance that the client will not reach the goal. It is essential that the client is oriented in a multidisciplinary way. However, unfortunately, it is more common than we think for professionals not to work together. I myself already taught for 6 years, in graduation, a discipline called Community Interdisciplinary Project, where students from different courses in the health area did community projects together, and it was a hell of a fight, a very big ego between the areas. Nobody wanted to listen to anybody. This reflects the type of professional that is formed in the market. Therefore, the weight loss coach has a fundamental role, which is to make the client aware that he should seek help from different health professionals, as the opposite usually does not happen. The third step, seeking to build self-esteem through self-knowledge, is to identify the current level of awareness in your client's weight loss process, made up of 4 levels, and then create strategies to change their mindset, without gimmicks, shortcuts, or false promises. The first level is when the person is totally unconscious and has no intention of taking action or changing behavior. Often, he does not see the problem clearly, and, when he does, he sees more cons than pros in the change process. They are the ones who go to the gym or consult a clinic because someone has scheduled it. The person at this level realizes that something is not right in his life, but lacks the clarity and desire to start. The second level, the individual is aware of the problem and more likely to seek information. Generally, the person, at this stage, says that he could do something, but does nothing. Generally, they seek information alone and believe they do not need help. At the third level, aware of the solution, it is the moment when the individual intends to start acting. He has already decided to make changes and perceives more advantages in changing than disadvantages. In some cases, he has started to take some steps and believes that he can change, although he often does not know how. The person at this level is prepared for the help of a weight loss coach on their journey. And the fourth and last level is when the person is aware of the change or clarity, where he knows what physical activities to practice, what foods to consume, how many hours to sleep, and has all his exams up to date. It is essential at this level to be 100% committed to the process, acquiring autonomy from your health habits, creating strategies to maintain a physical exercise routine during the week, and total control of your diet. It's no use enrolling in the gym, buying supplements, taking medicine, not eating, doing a low-carb diet, soup diet, moon diet, egg diet, Mediterranean diet, among others. If the person doesn't feel like wanting to change, it means that only clients who are at the conscious level of the solution are willing to change their health habits and are ready for a weight loss coaching process. If the client is completely unconscious or aware of the problem, he needs to seek more information before starting a slimming coach process. After the person is aware of the level of consciousness and verifies that he is at the level of awareness of the solution and willing to change his habits, it is time for you to move forward in the weight loss process. Now it's time to introduce the fourth step, which is the weight loss coach's journey map. As I said earlier, the role of the weight loss coach is to change behavior and precedes any type of prescription, because only when the person is aware of all the stages and puts the goals on the agenda, does he reach the result. In this sense, I created an exclusive methodology for a weight loss coaching process consisting of 5 sequential sessions, lasting 7 days between one session and another, where specific tools are always applied in each session and tasks that the client must do between sessions. Sessions, lasting approximately 28 days of the entire process. The first session is called Aware of the Solution, where the coach should clarify the objectives in the weight loss coaching process, investigate expectations and agreed on a commitment from the client to the coach in the weight loss coaching process. Evaluate the beginning of the process from coach. It is fundamental that the coach is truthful and, in this session, he must validate with the client whether or not he is going to start a weight loss coaching process. Only people who are 100% committed, that is, who want to change their health habits, including physical activity, food and sleep, are apt for the process. As I always say, it's better to lose a customer than to have a dissatisfied customer who will speak ill of you. The second session is the dreamer and aims to make the client aware of their health habits, presenting recommendations for clinical and laboratory tests, promoting healthy eating and physical activity, including the ideal amount of hours to sleep, and promoting reflection about the reality of the client in relation to the guidelines of the Ministry of Health and the World Health Organization. This session is also called Point A, and it is essential that the coach under no circumstances prescribe any type of physical activity, diet or food re-education. Its role is to present guidelines on each of the weight loss coach pillars, which are physical activity, food, health and sleep. Now, if you are a physical education professional or a nutritionist, you must make it very clear to the client or patient when you will work as a health professional and as a weight loss coach. The third session is planning, whose objective is to identify which alternatives the client has to undergo clinical and laboratory tests, have a dietary re-education, and start a physical activity program, defining short, medium and long-term goals, which is called Point B, and create an electronic agenda shared with the client to elaborate their action plan. The focus of this session, as the name implies, is planning, where all intentions are transformed into actions with specific dates. Fourth session is the constructive critic, whose purpose is to find the weak points and to continue the planning, and encourage the client to continue with the planner, which is developed in the methodology, and the photo diary, which is suggested in previous sessions, through a private Instagram or even WhatsApp, including photos or videos of their eating habits and practice of physical activity. Remembering that any relapses can and will happen during the process and also in your life. However, the most important thing is for the client to learn to continue with their planning, once again reinforcing the importance of the client having control over the process. And the fifth and final session is called Aware of Change or Clarity, where the evolution of the client's learning in recent weeks in relation to maintaining their healthy habits is evaluated. In addition, the client is also taught a method that will help in their decision-making, aiming at autonomy in their choices. And, finally, ending the slimming coach process, as there is no eternal coach. Did you realize that this sequence cannot be broken? Because this is the only way we can take our client from the conscious level of the solution to the conscious level of change or clarity, remembering that the focus of the weight loss coach process is on the search for autonomy, where the client, together with the physical education professional and nutritionist, chooses the exercises and foods that he likes the most, and not what the professionals think is better. The customer is not interested in doing the most efficient thing, but what he is willing to comply with, and all of this is a paradigm shift, as I, as a physical education professional, did not learn this way. The focus of my education was practically technical, and this remains in many courses in the health area until today. I had few disciplines with a behavioral focus. I had to get it out. Have you ever stopped to think that everything that is imposed on the customer requires a high probability of giving up? Therefore, a slimming coach process without false promises, with a well-defined step-by-step is essential for the client to consistently seek the long-awaited autonomy and healthier life. Now I'm going to be very honest. Does everything I've said so far make sense to you? Are you convinced that to help your client lose weight, it is essential to have a mission to focus first on behavior and let your client make their own decisions on their own? Are you willing to follow the same mission as me, helping to transform people's lives, focusing on behavior, together with health professionals, without false promises, in the right way, without being unethical, and thinking about teaching the largest number of people to spread this mission? I created the Slimming Coach training, which will give you all the necessary resources to transform people's lives and, at the same time, have your business without leaving home. In the first module, called Awareness, you will learn in more depth what a coach is, what skills to act as a coach, the code of ethics, techniques to apply during sessions, also including information on neuro-linguistic programming and mental triggers. The second module is discovery. The content is about personal marketing or self-knowledge, focusing on the development of technical and behavioral skills, including mission, vision, and values alignment. The third module is planning, and this is where you, as a future weight loss coach, will learn techniques and tools to manage your time and how to structure your business with weight loss coaching and get paid for it, working in your spare time or live exclusively as a weight loss coach. The fourth module is the exclusive methodology, detailing all sessions of the weight loss coach process, including exclusive tools. Remembering that you can use this methodology tested in full with your clients or patients, or even make adaptations. Let me ask you a few questions to make sure if this training is for you or not. Are you willing to change your beliefs? Learning about business models and marketing strategies? Would you really like to have a business working from your home? Or even enhance your services with your clients and patients? Can you reserve at least 15 minutes of your day to study the content online and review it as many times as necessary? Are you willing to go through the entire learning process and put into practice the entire map that was built for you? If the answer is yes, I'm sure this course is for you. So now you have two options. Either you will be part of this group and have all the tools to transform people's lives and be a weight loss coach, or continue looking for an alternative to motivate your clients or patients and increase your income. Now you choose. Hope you make the best decision. And if you made the best decision, visit the link below the video, register now, and we will start your weight loss coach training immediately. Before finishing the training, I would love for you to see the results of my clients, Virginia Ribeiro and Adriana Bacalho. Thank you very much for staying until the end. A big hug and stay with God. I'll wait for you on the other side.